On Teachers' Day 2025, Nagaland Chief Minister Dr. Nltv praised teachers as the backbone of education and highlighted Nagaland's rise to the third most literate state with 95.7% literacy. He launched a mission SOAR to improve education standards and announced the introduction of music education in elementary schools in partnership with Yamaha. The Nationalist Democratic Progressive Party said no final decision has been made about merging with the Nakas People Front under the cock symbol. They asked the public and media not to guess until an official decision is shared. The Central Guwahati Police District has issued a 2-month ban on public gatherings, protests and the use of loudspeakers within a 5-kilometer radius of Raj Bhavan, the governor's residence. This order was given by the Deputy Commissioner of Police. India said on Friday that it is closely working with the Australian government after anti-immigrant protests were held in several Australian cities, mostly targeting Indians living there. Hello viewers, this is Renchimi Himjoy and you're watching English Primetime. Now the news in details. On Teachers' Day 2025, Nagaland Chief Minister Dr. Nltv praised teachers as the backbone of education and highlighted Nagaland's rise to the third most literate state with 95.7% literacy. He launched a mission SOAR to improve education standards and announced the introduction of music education in elementary schools in partnership with Yamaha. Dr. emphasized the reforms aligned with the National Education Policy 2020 and Sustainable Development Goals, urging teachers to inspire curiosity and compassion in students. Advisor Dr. Kekrilole Yomi stressed the need to enhance infrastructure, governance and school ecosystems for quality education accessible to all children. Consul General Masakui Rongsang from Canada lauded teachers' crucial role as mentors and motivators in today's fast-changing world. 13 teachers received the State Teachers Award and 4 schools were recognized for excellence in safety. The event also featured a cultural performance by Dreams Unlimited. The Nationalist Democratic Progressive Party said no final decision has been made about merging with the Nakas People Front under the cock symbol. The proposal was given to the NTPP president and party on September 2, but they have not discussed or decided yet. The party will talk about it in a Central Executive Board meeting soon. They asked the public and media not to guess until an official decision is shared. To maintain a clean and healthy city, the Dimapur Municipal Council and Dimapur District Auto Drivers Union successfully conducted a cleanliness drive throughout the city today. The drive went through a number of locations including Permakam to Katkadi Road, NL Road to GS Road, City Tower to Topinala, New Market, Railway Station parking and Teiku Block. In order to improve parking, DMC's parking fee collectors cleaned the space and assisted with repainting parking lines. Additionally, the supermarket area was cleaned by the Dimapur District Auto Drivers Union. TATU President Dito Yeptomi told Nltv that they would be pleased to assist and would also install dustbins for public use in 12 parking lots. Parking free collectors requested everyone not to throw waste in parking areas and to help clean the city clean.
idea mehan dadu laga president logo de ase tahan bi tahan laga jurisdiction de jintu tan modot kurine jaboga do DMC ke every week ek din do tailu de men guda kurine eto overall laga jintu step ase de lobode men janubule try kurbo Mr. Dito amian janu parise de DMC kan la circular order hisabte Dimapur de cleanliness aro hygienic laga upor de etu laga importance bujabo garne every Sunday tahan laga চাফা কৰি নে যাব কৈছে আৰু স্পেচিয়েলি যোনটো পাৰ্কিং লাইনছ খান আছে এইটো DMC খান পৰা আৰু ৰিপেইণ্ট কৰি নে বি যাব কিনা আছে তো আপনি হানটো কোলাবৰেশ্যন বি তাহলে যাই আছে আপনি সাপোর্ট দিব কাদো আপনি কিনকা কথা কৰিছে কি আছে তো ভাল পৰা একবাৰ বুজাব আৰু পাব্লিককে
Good morning, Diba Parents. Sabke salam bata ase. Aji ami khan itu cleanliness drive jadu through Dimapur Municipal Council chairman bra lugina aro CEO aro kundo itu parking in charge as a councillor ami khan so miligena yang una Dimapur saba hobo lage kimba guna Dimapur do sundur hobo lage ami khan itu miligena itu kaam kore ase aro every week Saturday nole Sunday de hodai sabha koribole ase aro ami khan auto driver union bi tang lodo collaboration ase ami khan tu supermarket area kunde tate ami khan office ase tate sabha koribo aro next to nijor parking de baroda parking ase all around Dimapur ami khan every Saturday and Sunday de ami khan nijor parking sabha korogena ami khan la ward auto driver union kan do inga DMC kan ge digena ase so DMC ami tangi ami kan ge khushi pa ase aro ami kan tangi ita kan initiate pra aro age kinga guna Dimapur sabha thake inga no le jabole bhabna kora ase thank you
আপনি কো আছে আপনি হানলা বারোদা তো পার্কিং খালি দাদু থাকা লাগা আছে তো আপনি দাদি বি এভরি উইক তে একদিন তো সাফা করব তো ডিমাপুর ডিস্ট্রিক্ট লাগা মিউনিসিপাল কাউন্সিল অর্ডার সব দিবি তাহান বি একদিন যোন সানডে স্পেশালি তাহানি তো সাফা তো করব ঘোষণা কিংকা আছে আপনি হানলা স্পেসিফিক সানডে থাকিব না স্যাটারডে সানডে তে অলপ ডেট আর দিন খান তো চেঞ্জ করে নে সিস্টেম দে আছে
hodai du ekdin din na parubo maybe I think we have to change the date also either Sunday or Saturday because kita bado bidin balbi hoy biabi hoy itla hisab pra ami kan bi date to change koribo either Saturday or Sunday jabo yes
আৰু কোৱা নিচিনা ডিমাপুৰ মিউনিচিপাল কাউন্সিল লগা যোনটো কথা আছে ক্লিননেছ লগা ওপৰতে চাফা চাফি বেছিভাগ আপুনি হান ঘূৰি নে যাইছে নহ'লে চোকৰা খান ঘূৰিব আপুনি লগা দাদু লগা মেম্বাৰ্ছ খান ঘূৰিব DMC লা মেম্বাৰ্ছ খান ঘূৰিব বাট চিভিক চেন্স লগা বি ইম্পৰ্টেঞ্চ বেছি একটা হৈ যায় মানুহ খান এইটো লগা নাবুজে বেছিভাগতো চাফা কৰা দিম আমি আন চাইছে মানুহ আপুনি আন চাফা কৰিছে ধান ফেলাই আৰু যাই যায় আছে
my request is to our public Orumbra ami kan la nijor kode beraje tade sabar rakibi aji mohan la nijor sugabra bi digise
A newly built road divider on I-Vikeshi Sema Road was found damaged early in the morning on September 6. The divider was part of a beautification and repair work done by the team Better Dimapur just a few days ago. Sadly, this is not the first time something like this has happened. Team and several news reports suggested the dividers have been damaged around 12 to 15 times before, mostly because of careless or fast driving. In this latest case, a broken side mirror and pieces of glass were found at the spot, showing that the car may have hit the divider and then drove away. Team Badab Dimapur are asking the authorities to find out who did it and take steps to stop such things from happening again.
Nltv dia I-Vikeshi road junto ase city tower de thaka itula de ahina ase aman sport te thaka bishi ekta bhal kam chuli thaka time de mon ekta khushi na pala bi aman situation dikhibo parise aro ghatna ekta apni angi report etia korobole aise joa kali aman 2-3 din bra iman gorom de kam guri ne jadam de team Better Dimapur khan bra I-Vikeshi road laga divider junto ase eduke tan repair aro maintenance karne bonai thaka do ইটো কি হৈছে বলে তো তান কালিহি ইটো অলপ বনাইনে ৰাখালা টাইম দে কোনবা ৰাতি ফালে নলিবি আৰ্লি মৰ্নিং ফালে কিমান বাজি হৈছে এক্স্যাক্টলি আমি আন ক'ব নাপাৰে বাট ডিভাইডাৰ কে আইনে গাড়ী পৰা মাৰিনে পুৰা ভাঙাইনে যাই দিছে ওয়ারেস তাহান লাগ গাড়ী লগা আমি হান যোনটো সাইড মিৰৰ আছে মিৰৰ লগাই তো টুকৰা খান বি যাতে আছে আগে দে গ্লাছ বি তাহানলা শ্যাডেড হৈ কিনে থাকালা আমি আন দেখি পাইছে কৃষ্ণা ডিমাপুৰ দে আজিকালি বেছিভাগ reckless driving la hisab te accident to normally hoi thake chudu mutu pura dangor bi time to time ame apni han ki to khobor bi de kinka chuli situation do but inka divider tak ki bi ai gine bangai dia do accident mistake kobo na ki kobo first time ase gule do ame han cholo kunba pura mistake hoi gine idu bangishi ne ki koi ni be ame han kobo bare but idu divider khan laga case te टीम बेटर डिमापुर खान प्राय ही बेसिभाग इदुहान लगा काम दी इन्वॉल्व थाके तान लगा प्रोजेक्ट खान तान इदुहान काम गान कुरी किने जाए तो इनका टाइम दे इदुबार आमे हान हुदा हुदी कोरा देन दिबे more than 12 times to 15 times nishna do divider bangai dia aji banabo kali morning someday raji de bangai gine gari khan pra jai ja laga bi khobor apni han jani ne thakibo pare aro if you remember joa sal dibi ami han idola apni han ke jonaise aro idu same incident aji bi date 6 of September de hwa laga chugine ami han janibo pare ase divider kai banai ne flower laga floral junto plantation takan kuri ne jabo taka aro idu example ai vigishe road laga symbol la thaka board bi idu te ki bi last time mari ne 13 sera kuri ne rakhi diala bi case ase to itu ke alop sabo karne alop control te anibo karne ki kurle bhal hobo aro kinga kurle bhal hobo koi nibi ame han idula bode bhapna kurubole time punjise kile ame idu sida sidi gushi guli do bishi bak reckless driving dibi drink and drive bi thaki jay if in case tan drink and drive bin hoi guli do ekta manu responsible ase guli do rukhi gine damage korala hisab te tai bra idu ke compensate aro manage kuri ne bunai ne dibo goi nibi kityaba do amian saise but bishi bag to amian sala gari bi mari gine immediate tahan cctv te capture do hoy mari gine polai chai idu pichite tahala upor de ki action hoy ki na hoy idu bi amian na jana ho jay kinka korne tahala upor de procedures jay idu kan bi amian ekdam na jana ho jay to idu nishna ai vikishe road laga kali incident idu kutha no hoy jiman Dimapur inga divider ase bishi bag apni an side ekta bangin thake divider to charibi
Dimapur Naga Students Union, in collaboration with the district administration, organized a community-wide cleanliness drive on September 6 to promote a cleaner, healthier and greener environment. The main objective is to bring together citizens, students, local organizations and community members to maintain public space free from litter and pollution. DMC team Better Dimapur, some colonies and students from college also took part in the cleanliness drive.
This program is called NCAP. It is in collaboration with our district administration. Itu achilaga participation to not only the units of the TNSU but also we can see the participation from the TMC as well as the NGOs and the colony people in and around us. So as a youth, as a student, we should be the ambassador for cleanliness. At the same time, amihan dikhe with the growing population, amihan laga hawahan sinahan to clean nai. So this project comes under the Ministry of Environment and Forest. Itu laga program tu. So under this, amihan, it's just the initial step that we are taking. Itu amihan calibration holebi ina kuna jawo.
The Eastern Naga Students Federation has warned it will start protests in steps because the Nagaland government did not reply to their demand about moving teachers back to Eastern District. ENSF said a teacher transfer on August 22 took many teachers away from schools without giving new ones. They are worried this teacher shortage is hurting students and asked the government to fix the problem quickly to avoid protests. During the state-level Teachers' Day 2025 celebration, the Nagaland State Disaster Management Authority and the Department of School Education awarded 4 schools for outstanding participation in the School Safety Policy Compliance course. The winners were Government Middle School Dabakaun Dimapur, Government Middle School Naga New Model Simapur, St. Joseph School Tunsang and the Vineyard Kohima. Launched in 2021, the SSP course promotes disaster preparedness in schools. Phase 2 has trained over 8,675 teachers and reached lakhs through online awareness. Officials highlighted the need for resilience in schools and urged all teachers to complete the course before it ends on November 31st. Nagaland Chief Minister Niperio attended the second Nirima Organic Day Kam Kuve Ni 2025 as a special guest. He opened the new multi-utility community hall in Nirima village. The event was organized with the Horticulture Department and Nagaland Bioresource Mission. It included organic product stalls, local food, cultural shows, and a big feast by Nirima Women Organization. We'll be right back after a short break. Keep watching Nltv. Welcome back, viewers. Now to next news. Peleno Petinulu, a teacher at John Government Higher Secondary School in Wiswima, Nagaland, won the National Teachers Award 2025. She was honored in New Delhi with 65 other top teachers from across India. With over 20 years of teaching experience, Peleno is known for her caring and creative approach. She started teaching at the Government High School, Sikazo, and joined her current school in 2014. Her motto is education with empathy, leadership with purpose. Peleno started the Each One Teach One program where older students help younger ones, especially those from poor families. This helps both groups learn and grow. She also helps students stay in school by visiting homes, paying fees, and giving phones to those in need. As a leader of the English teachers group in Kohima, she supports other teachers with training and online resources. Peleno also made digital lessons for education platforms to help more students learn. She won the State Teachers Award in 2024 too. Peleno believes one teacher can change many lives, and she works hard to do that. Dr. Roland Lota, chairman of the Arts on Heart for Poor People Trust, RHPPT, has been invited as guest speaker at the 2 PRICS Forum on Traditional Values, scheduled in Brasilia, Brazil from September 15 to 17 under Brazil's PRICS presidency. He will address the roundtable on humanitarian cooperation and peacemaking, sharing insight on international volunteer projects among PRICS nations. Dr. Lota's invitation recognized his humanitarian work through RHPPT, founded in memory of his late son, which has been dedicated to serving marginalized communities. The forum aligns with global initiatives ahead of the UN International Year of Volunteers for Sustainable Development 2026, emphasizing cooperation, peace building, and volunteerism. YNR Village, Shamador held awareness program on September 6 with a team Choose Health, Not Drugs, Nasha Mukt Bharat is Our Duty. Organized by ESC Kutazo Suro and local groups, they even feature a volleyball competition and rally race promoting sports over drug abuse. Sanitary pads were distributed to support menstrual hygiene. ESC Suru urged youth to focus on education and reviewed progress of government schemes, stressing transparency. The church team won volleyball and the youth team won the rally race. On September 6, Assam Rifles and Nagaland Police stopped a drug in Teding, Beren district and found foreign-made cigarette worth rupees 1.29 crore. Assam Rifles say that this joint operation shows their ongoing effort to stop illegal goods from entering Nagaland. The goal is to fight smuggling and protect local markets and communities from its negative effects. Thirty entrepreneurs from Nagaland attended a 3-day technology clinic on food processing from September 2 to 4 at NIF-TEM D Guwahati. The event, organized by Nagaland's Industries and Commerce Department and NITC under the RAMPed initiative, aimed to improve skills and knowledge in food processing. Experts gave talks on using local fruits and crops like wood, apple, star fruit, bamboo shoots, and mushrooms. They also taught how to make products such as pickles, sauces, dried vegetables, and spice paste. Practical session helped participants learn to use food processing machines like dryers, kettles, and vacuum sealers. The training included guidance on preparing project reports to help start new food processing business. The clinic gave entrepreneurs hands-on experience and knowledge to grow the food sector in Nagaland. The program ended with a certificate ceremony to recognize participants' efforts. The Central County Police District has issued a 2-month ban on public gatherings, protests, and the use of loudspeakers within a 5-kilometer radius of Rajbhavan, the governor's residence. This order was given by the Deputy Commissioner of Police to stop any demonstration, rallies, or loud activities without official permission. The police said this step is necessary to keep peace and ensure security in the high-risk area around Rajbhavan. This decision comes after recent unrest in Guwahati, and the authorities want to avoid any trouble or violence in the area during this period. Sarjan, a small village in Assam, has gained international recognition through Satyajit Bora, 27 years, the first grassroots broadcaster of Brahmaputra Volleyball League. Bora was invited by the International Volleyball Federation to attend the ongoing Women's World Volleyball Championship in Thailand. Starting in 2021, Satyajit began live streaming local volleyball matches using simple tools like an all-referee stand and a handmade bamboo tripod. Despite challenges like poor internet connectivity, he successfully brought village volleyball to a wider audience. Satyajit describes volleyball in Assam as a community festival where people of all ages come together. He hopes to introduce the vibrant style of international matches to local games. Supported by the mentors and organization, Satyajit's journey highlights how passion and community spirit can take grassroots efforts to the global stage. His visit to Bangkok marks a significant milestone for Assam volleyball community. The Village Volunteers Coordinating Committee, a Kuki group, denied the Home Ministry claim that the Kuki Zoo Council agreed to reopen National Highway 02 for an extension of the suspension of Operation PEG. The VVCC called this decision invalid, saying it was made without consulting GI groups. They say the Métis community will not be allowed free movement in Kuki areas until a separate Kuki administration is set up. The VVCC also announced a boycott of the GZC and warned it to cancel the decision of face consequences. They said So Group don't represent the whole Kuki community and urge all Kukis to stay united and protect their rights. In Bongaigaon, Basista police conducted the operation and seized 7 luxury vehicles. The men accused had taken vehicles from various rental companies on lease, sold them to multiple people, and then went missing. The police have arrested the fraudster Mansoor Ali. Investigation suggests that more names may surface as the case progresses.
আমাৰ বখিষ্টনত এটা খবৰ এটা আহিছিল যে ইয়াৰ পৰা বিভিন্ন মালিকৰ পৰা গাড়ী আপোনাৰ ৰেন্টেলত ভাড়াত লৈ হেলক বেলেগ জায়গাত নিকিনে বেলেগ জায়গাত বন্ধকত থৈ বা বিক্ৰী কৰি বেলেগ মালিক দেখুৱাই বিক্ৰী কৰি তাৰ পৰা পইচা লৈ সেই পইচা লৈ মালিক উধা হৈ গুচি যায় আৰু সেই যাৰ তাত আপোনাৰ গাড়ীখন থয় তেখেতে EMI ইনষ্টলমেন্ট ইত্যাদি সব দি থাকে তেনেস্থলত অৰিজিনাল মালিকে বস্তুটো গমেই নাপায় গতিকে সেই বস্তুটো এটা আমি আমাৰ ডিস্ট্ৰিক্টৰ হৈছিল আৰু হেতুৰ ওপৰত ভিত্তি কৰি আমাৰ টোটাল 7খন গাড়ী বিভিন্ন জায়গাৰ পৰা উদ্ধাৰ কৰা হৈছে লগতে এজন আসামিও ধৰা হৈছে তেখেতৰ নাম হৈছে মনসুৰ আহমেদ তেখেতৰ ঘৰ বঙাইগাঁও চেংমাৰীত আৰু টোটাল আমাৰ গাড়ী থাৰ দুখন সুইফট ডিজায়াৰ এখন XUV নিওস বেলেনো আৰু ভেনু টোটাল 7খন গাড়ী আমাৰ উদ্ধাৰ কৰা হৈছে য'ত মানে ৰেন্টেলত নিকিনে গাড়ীখিনি বেলেগ জায়গাত নি বিক্ৰী কৰি দিয়ে আৰু মালিকে মানে আপোনাৰ EMI খিনি যেতিয়া পাই থাকে তেতিয়া মানে মাৰি থাকে সিহঁতে মালিকে গম নাপায় এতিয়া সদ্যহতে মালিকবিলাক অহা আৰম্ভ কৰিছে এতিয়া হৈছে কি তেওঁলোকে আপোনাৰ যিবিলাক মানে আধাৰ চাধাৰ ইত্যাদি আছে সেইবিলাক অলপ জালিয়াতি কৰে বুলি আমি এতিয়া সদ্যহতে গম পাইছোঁ। বাকীখিনি তদন্তত গোটেই বস্তুখিনি ওলাব। আমাৰ বশিষ্ঠ থানাত এটা খবৰ এটা আহিছিল যে ইয়াৰ পৰা বিভিন্ন মালিকৰ পৰা গাড়ী আপোনাৰ
Residents of Chingmerong Kong in Imphal East protested at Raj Bhavan, asking the governor to stop eviction drives. The claimed surveys were false, promises broken, and no proper rehabilitation offered, causing insecurity in the community. The settlement, home to 759 people in 156 households, was started in 1940 by those affected by leprosy and tuberculosis. The fear eviction will harm their lives and access to nearby cities' facility. Since 2005, they have faced eviction notices and failed relocation plans to poor, remote areas. They demand the return of 21 acres given to the Manipur High Court and legal rights to their land, warning eviction without fair option would be unjust. The two-day Manipur Art Festival kicked off on Saturday at the MSFTS complex in Imphal, celebrating local talent and cultural heritage. Inaugurated by senior artists C.H. Premananda Roy, GSH Sarat Singh and Chandam Lalit Singh, the festival features 11 art stalls, live performances by displaced artists, exhibitions, workshops, and local cuisine. Organized by RNV Art House, this is the 4th edition of the festival, promoting the theme Art for All. In a video message from Agartala, Tripura CPIM State Secretary and Leader of Opposition Jitendra Chaudhary called on all sections of society to unite in preventing illegal Bangladeshi entry into Tripura. He emphasized that those who entered India after 1971 should be identified and dealt with according to government laws. Chaudhary stressed that no individual should take the law into their own hands, reflecting the stance of the CPIM party and the majority of the Indians. He urged both the government of India and the Tripura government to heed this call.
এটা হওয়া বাঞ্ছনীয় না। আমি তাদের কাছেও করজোরে আবেদন করব এরকম উত্তেজিত বয়ান দেবেন না এবং তারাও এর থেকে বিরত হন। সবাই আমাদের একসাথে থাকতে হবে। হ্যাঁ, বিদেশি অনুপ্রবেশ বন্ধ করতে হবে। ৭১ ইংরেজির পরে যারা এসেছেন এদেরকে চিহ্নিত করে সরকারি আইন অনুযায়ী, এটা কোনো পাবলিক আইন হাতে তোলার উচিত নয়, সরকারি আইন অনুযায়ী যা পদক্ষেপ হওয়া দরকার এটা হওয়া উচিত। এটাই আমাদের বক্তব্য, আমাদের পার্টির বক্তব্য এবং এই দেশের সংখ্যাগরিষ্ঠ মানুষের বক্তব্য। ভারত সরকার, ত্রিপুরা সরকার এই কথাগুলো তারা শুনুক। এটা হওয়া বাঞ্ছনীয় না। আমি তাদের কাছেও
An ice cream vendor from Chijurimai village in Sebaijala district, Tripura, has caused a stir by saying the BJP government is not providing rice to poor people. He claimed that under the BJP rule, people don't even get ashes instead of rice. This statement shows the frustration felt by some people at the local level. However, BJP leaders at the state and central levels have often said that since they came to power in 2018, they have worked hard to improve roads, create jobs, and increase incomes for the people. Despite these claims of progress, the vendors' comments reflect ongoing dissatisfaction among some citizens.
বাড়ি কোন জায়গা? ডাইরেক্ট কথা দিটা। আমার বাড়ি হলো এই ডিসামগঞ্জ দিতে নেই। বা আমার লগে লাইসেন্স কাগজপত্র সব আছে। গাইলে ডাইটাম করে। মানে রাম আমল আপনি সুরক্ষিত না এটা তো বলতে চাচ্ছেন? এই তো রাম আমল কইনা বাতাস থেকে ছালিও মিলতেছে না। ব্যবসা যে ব্যবসা ঘুরাইছি, ব্যবসা করে খাওয়ান থাক। কত পথে রাস্তা বন্ধ করে রাখছে। এই যে মানে গরিবের বাত মারেন একমাত্র। গরিবের উপকার করেন না, গরিবের।
India said on Friday that it is closely working with the Australian government after anti-immigrant protests were held in several Australian cities, mostly targeting Indians living there. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Randir Jaiswal said Indian embassies in Australia are in regular contact with both the Australian government and the Indian community to ensure their safety and well-being. He said the Indian government had already shared its concerns with Australia before the protests happened. In response, Australia agreed that the protests could worry many people in its diverse communities. Jaiswal said India values its strong relationship with Australia, built on shared values and close ties between the people of both countries.
We all are aware that anti-immigrant protests happened in several cities in Australia on 31st of August. Our High Commissioner and our Consulates General in Australia, they were in regular touch with the Australian government, as also with our community members in this regard. As you know, that we have a large diaspora in Australia, almost about 1 million. Before the protest took place, our High Commission conveyed whatever concerns that were shared with them by the Indian community members to the Australian government. In response, we actually received a formal response from the Australian side, where they acknowledged that the protests in Australia may be of concern for Australia's diverse communities. At the same time, you would have seen that senior leaders and politicians, both from the Australian government side and also from the opposition side, they have issued statements supporting the multicultural identity of Australia. They've also recognized the role played by the Indian Australian community in the overall progress and development of Australia, and they appreciate and acknowledge this role very much. On our side, we continue to firmly believe that diversity is strength. We value a comprehensive strategic partnership with Australia, of which our people-to-people ties are a very important element, and in fact, it bolsters our strategic ties. And the Government of India remains committed to securing the welfare and well-being of all Indians abroad, and we are in touch with the Australian government, as also with our diaspora organization in Australia in regard to the developments that are happening. We all
Hyderabad in Telangana has launched the country's first all-women mounted police platoon. The unit was officially started on Friday by Police Commissioner C.V. Anand. The women officers chosen for this platoon completed months of rigorous training, including horse riding and crowd control. The mounted police will begin their duties from Saturday. This move highlights Hyderabad's significant progress towards greater gender inclusivity in policing.
Got recently recruited in 2024 batch as a Hyderabad City Constable, and I have performed my duties, general duties, for almost 1 month, and then we recently got a notification from our CP C.V. Anand sir that we have been recruiting 9 women constables for mounted police. And we 9 members are really pet lovers, and we come from a very good sports background. So we have decided to choose this, give our names to this notification, and we got selected. And we went through a very thorough training also for almost 6 to 7 months. And now we are fully prepared for our duties.
10 जने को एक 3 months ट्रेनिंग दिया इधर गोशामहल ग्राउंड में। उसके बाद में हम लोग आगे 3 months से एक्टिवली पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं। ये मक्का मस्जिद ड्यूटी और ये लेक पेट्रोलिंग कहीं की हम नेकलेस रोड टैंकमेंट को पूरा पेट्रोलिंग करके आते हैं।
What we have done is we offered the role of riding horses to our women officers, and surprisingly 10 of them came forward, and over a period of the last 4 to 5 months they have been trained, and now after several rounds of practice and trial runs, today they have given a demonstration of their skills through.
The Indian Army quickly built a temporary footbridge over the Mashdev stream in Beja village, Doda district, Jammu and Kashmir, after the original bridge was washed away by floods 10 days ago. The new bridge was made in just 24 hours, helping villagers connect with the rest of the area again. Jammu and Kashmir has faced heavy damage and loss of life from recent floods and landslide caused by cloudburst. However, the flood situation is getting better as the weather improves. The weather department says that the next 24 hours will be mostly dry, with only light rain possible in a few places.
पीछे इलाका कट ऑफ हो गया था, टोटली हमारा घर कचाड़े में है, इसलिए कि ये कट ऑफ हो गया, टोटल बयान ही था, लेकिन आर्मी की वजह से 24 घंटे के अंदर इन्होंने पुल ऐसा बनाया कि आज लोग आ रहे हैं, जा रहे हैं।
फ्लड की वजह से हमारी कनेक्टिविटी जो भी थी वो सब टूट गई थी, गाड़ियाँ नहीं आ रही थी, दवाई का, राशन का कुछ भी हमारे यहाँ सोर्स नहीं था। बट अभी जो आर्मी भाई हैं, इन्होंने सबने 10 दिन से हमारी सब पुल वगैरह कुछ यहाँ नहीं।
A major controversy has broken out in Hailaikanti after a minor college girl was caught with her boyfriend in a compromising position at the government-run Prashanda Lodge, now leased and renamed by the Silchar Greenswood Resort owner Babul Roy. Locals allege the lodge has been a hub for immoral activities, with rooms rented by the hour and even minors seen entering. The incident has sparked public outrage, with strong calls for government actions against those running and protecting the lodge.
আজকে আমরা খবর পাইছি যে আমার বাতি যে একটা ছেলে লইয়া আইলাখান্দি যে পার্ক আছে পার্কের এখানে একটা রেস্টুরেন্ট আছে এখানে লইয়া আইছে আবার গ্রিনউড রিসোর্টও আইয়া দেখছি যে একটা ছেলে এটা আমার নিজের বাতি জিরে লইয়া আইয়া দেখছি এখন ঢুকে গুগলে তোমার কলেজের ছাত্র বয়সও আবার আছে 18 বয়স মিচুরিটি হয়েছে না এখানে আমরা হোটেলে খবর পাইছি আমার বন্ধুরা কইছে আমি আবার পরে হোটেলের ম্যানেজারে জিজ্ঞাসা করছি ম্যানেজারে কইছি এখানে হচ্ছে আমরা এটা বিষয়ে কিছু জানি না বুঝছেন না এখানে খেয়ে রুম দিছে না দিছে আমরা জানি না ওপরে আমরা রেস্টুরেন্টে গেছি এখানে গিয়ে দেখছি তারা ছেলে মেয়ে কেউ কোনো নাই তারা কইছি দাদা আপনারা সিসিটিভি ফুটেজটা আপনারা দেখাইন কইছেন এখানে তো আমরা দেখাইতে পারতাম না এটা তো পারমিশন আমরা তো এটা দিতে পারতাম না তোমার আমি কইছি ঠিক আছে আপনি যদি পারমিশন দিতে পারেন আপনারা যে আপনি যদি কইছেন এখানে নাই আপনারা যে চাবিটা রুমত দিছে ও চাবিটা মানে কোন রুমত দিছে আপনারা জিজ্ঞাসা করেন তাই নিলে এরকম আমরা কোনো স্টেটমেন্ট দিছি না আমরা ওখানে তারা জিজ্ঞাসা করতে যাই একটা ছেলে একটা মেয়েরে তারা এখানে হোটেলে যে দেন যেন নাবালিকা মেয়েটা বয়স কত হইব 16 হলো মানে বয়সটা হইব 16 বছর হইব হ্যাঁ এগুলি স্কুল ছাত্রী তো মেট্রিকে কোনো দিছে না 9 না 10 মানে ছাত্র আছে বাতিজি লাগে এখানে যেটুকু দাদারা আমি জিজ্ঞাসা করছি দাদা আপনারা যে এখানে রুমটা দিলা যে খারে ই পারমিশন মানে দেখিয়া মানে খারে জিজ্ঞাসা করে যে রুমটা তারা দিলা একটা যে নাবালিকা মানে মেয়েরা একটা ছেলে লইয়া আইয়া রুমে আইয়া যেন এখানে তো এটা রেপ হয় তারা তো হ্যাঁ রেপ করা তাই লইয়া যেন ঢুকলো যে এদিকে তো মেয়েটা তো পুরো মানে অলরেডি কিছু জানে না আর আবও তো মনে করো 18 বছর তো মিচুইট হয়েছে না বল আনমিচুইট তারা মেয়েরা যেন একটা হোটেলে যে দেহ ব্যবসা কয়েকদিন থেকে আলে একদিন বিজান আমরা রিপোর্ট
2 newborn babies died at a government Maharaja Yashwantrao Hospital in Indore after being bitten by a rat in the ICU. One baby died on Tuesday and the other on Wednesday. Congress leader Jitu Badwari blamed the state's government for the negligence and corruption, saying rats should not have been able to reach the ICU. He demanded a serious investigation and the removal of the health minister. Rahul Gandhi called the deaths outright murder, and Digvijay Singh also asked for a detailed inquiry. The hospital said that the babies died due to health problems, not the rat bites. They have entered a contract with the pest control company and will take new steps to control rats, including fixing the old hospital buildings. So far, 6 hospitals officials have faced disciplinary actions like suspension or removal.
2% आज से 35 साल 32 साल पहले चूहे यहाँ से निकालने का प्रयास हुआ था, जब बॉडी को चूहे खा जाते थे। आज जिंदा बच्चों को चूहे खा गए। ये 32 साल पीछे हमारा स्वास्थ्य विभाग चल रहा है। जब सीधे सीधे क्लियर कट आपने ठेका दिया तो जो चूहे अंदर दूसरी मंजिल पे घुसे कैसे? यानी करप्शन था, लापरवाही थी, भ्रष्टाचार था। फिर 2-3 सिस्टर सस्पेंड करना, 3-4-5 डॉक्टरों को पनिश करना, ये लिपअप होती है। अगर सस्पेंड करना था, कार्रवाई करना था, गंभीरता होती तो यहाँ का अधीक्षक था, डीन था, यहाँ के मेन सुप्रिटेंडेंट थे, इनको पनिशमेंट देना था, इनको सस्पेंड करना था। जांच निष्पक्ष करानी थी, जांच किसी मजिस्ट्रेट से करानी थी। ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ। दूसरा, यहाँ 3 मंत्री हैं, एक मंत्री भी सरकार का नुमाइंदा या नहीं आया इस घटना के बाद देखने की क्या हो रहा है, क्यों मरे, कैसे हो, तंत्र पे कसावट कैसे हो, बिल्कुल नहीं। मुख्यमंत्री कल यहीं थे, इसकी चर्चा ही नहीं हुई, न कहीं मीडिया में आई, न कोई किसी मुख्यमंत्री, और हंसी ठिठोली कर रहे थे। लास्ट
Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday extended his congratulations to Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew wholeness for securing his party's third consecutive election victory. Modi expressed his anticipation to further deepen the bonds of friendship and enhance cooperation between India and Jamaica. In August, U.S. employers added only 22,000 jobs, much fewer than in July, showing the job market is slowing down. The unemployment rate rose to 4.3%, the highest since 2021. This slowdown is partially due to the higher interest rates and uncertainty caused by President Trump's policies, including trade wars, which make companies hesitant to hire. So far this year, the U.S. has created 85,000 jobs per month on average, much lower than last year and the boom years after COVID-19. Most new jobs are in healthcare and social assistance. Last month, after seeing weak job numbers, Trump fired the head of the Labor Department's Statistic Office, claiming without evidence that their reports were rigged against him. He nominated a loyal supporter to replace her, but experts say the data collection process remained reliable and free from political influence. The government also had to revise past job numbers down by over 250,000 jobs, which caused some controversy. At the India Film Festival of Alberta in Edmonton, Canada, author Bratajit Bora, Book of History of India's Northeast Cinema, was officially launched at the Citadel Theatre. The book was unveiled by actor Adil Hussain and filmmaker Rima Das. Published by Bloomsbury Academy, USA, it's the first ever book of Northeast Indian cinema to be launched outside the country.
Few more minutes. A must-read book for every serious reader of Indian cinema. That's my blurb. This book isn't about the cinema of a region in India that has long been overshadowed by popular Bollywood. It is an anthem to the unique cultural fabric of each state in this region, a journey that breaks barriers and celebrates the true essence of cinematic artistry in India's Northeast. That is the blurb from Yan Hong, research scholar, University of Adelaide in Australia. The other one is, this pioneering effort will help build a comprehensive picture of India's Northeast cinema. This deeply researched book goes beyond countering prejudices, offering authentic discussions on landmark films from the 8 states in one place. This chronicle is imbued with history, culture, politics, and economics, and creates a spectrum of the cinematic culture of the region. This is a valuable contribution to the study of Indian cinema. This is by Anil Zankar, filmmaker, writer, and visiting faculty in Indian Institute for Science and Education and Research in Pune. Bratajit Bora, A History of India's Northeastern Cinema, is an important study of cinema of Assam and the 7 northeastern states of India. It addresses the conspicuous absence of historical analysis of Northeast cinema within the frame of Indian cinema, presents a thorough overview of social, political contexts and puts the spotlight on films that are either disregarded or not known. Thank you.
11th edition of India Film Festival of Alberta talks about the diversity of Indian cinema. Personally, as a film historian
Israel carried out airstrikes on a high-rise building in Gaza City after issuing evacuations warning, targeting the Mustafa Tower, which it says Hamas used for spying and planning attacks. At least 27 people were killed in other strikes across the city, including 6 members of one family. Israel has declared parts of Gaza City as combat zones and urged civilians to evacuate while mobilizing thousands of reservists to widen its military offensive. Many residents are anxious, especially those who returned after fleeing earlier. The conflict has displaced around 90% of Gaza's population. Hamas released a video showing 2 Israeli hostages pleading for an end to the war. Of the 48 hostages believed alive, about 20 remain in Gaza City. The war began after Hamas militants attacked southern Israel on October 7, killing around 1,200 people and abducting 251 hostages. Israel's retaliatory strikes have killed over 64,000 Palestinians so far. Israel insists the war will continue until all hostages are freed and Hamas is disarmed. While Hamas demands the release of Palestinian prisoners, a ceasefire and Israel's full withdrawal from Gaza before releasing the hostage. We'll be right back after a short break. Keep watching Nltv. We'll come back. Now the next news. U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick called India the wobble between Russia and China in the BRICS group. He said India will soon try to make a deal with President Trump. Lutnick criticized India for buying a lot more cheap Russian oil since the war in Ukraine started, saying it's wrong and India must choose which side to support. He said the U.S. is always open to talks but warned India to support the U.S. dollar and American consumers or face high tariffs. Lutnick believes the tension between Trump and India is mostly bravado and expects a deal will happen soon because businesses will push for it. India says it buys Russian oil based on its national interest and market needs, especially since Western countries stopped buying Russian oil after the Ukraine conflict. Angela Rayner resigned on Friday as the UK's Deputy Prime Minister and Housing Secretary after an independent ethics inquiry found she paid too little tax on a recently bought home. Rayner, 45, a Gay Labour Party leader, stepped down after the inquiry said she broke rules by not getting expert tax advice to pay the correct stamp duty on her property on England's south coast. Rayner, MP for Ashton-under-Lyne and Housing Secretary, said she deeply regretted her mistake. She had relieved earlier a complicated arrangement with her ex-husband about their disabled son's care involving another family home. Defending champions India held an intense practice session at the IIC Academy in Dubai on Friday, gearing up for the Asia Cup starting September 10. This marks the team's first full training since the England Test Series. Key players including skipper Surya Kumar Yadav, Shubman Gill, Jasprit Bumrah and Hardik Pandya were in action, with Bumrah's return to T20s drawing attention after his heroic in 2024 World Cup. India will face UAE on September 10, Pakistan on September 14 and Oman on September 19. The tournament is being held across UAE, with India aiming for record-extending 9th Asia Cup title. India will host the Women's ODI World Cup from September 30 to November 2, with an opening ceremony set for Barsabara Cricket Stadium, Guwahati, featuring a performance by singer Shreya Ghoshal. While all captains are expected to attend, reports says Pakistan women's team led by Fadima Sana will skip the ceremony and related events. The team will instead play all their World Cup fixtures in Sri Lanka, with matches scheduled at Colombo's Primetime Stadium. World champion T. Gukesh drew against 14-year-old Yakzi Khan of Turkey in second round of the Fight Grand Swiss. Gukesh missed a winning chance in a tough time-pressured game. Meanwhile, defending champion R. Vaishali won her match against Elaine Roppers of Holland and now shares the lead with Olka Bidelka in the women's section. Dobsit Pragananda won his first game by beating Ivan, who plays under the fight flag as Russia is banned. In the open section, Ali Reza Firozja, Braham Maksoldolo and Anthony lead with 2 points each. This event has a prize fund of 8,55,000 with 6,25,000 for the open section and 90,000 for first place. The total 2 players from both sections will qualify for the 2026 Fight Candidates Tournament, which decides the next World Championship challenges. The Indian players Pragananda, Arjun and Gukesh are among the favorites. This is all for now in English Primetime. For more news and updates, keep watching Nltv.